Oh gosh, I didn't have a voice when I just started. Happy Sunday, everyone. Tonight on our Seint session, we're going to be talking all about our brushes and then how we clean the brushes. Seint has two different cleaners, the brush spray, and then they have the brush soap. And so we are going to be talking about the uses of the brushes, and at the very end we're going to show you how we clean them. I'm going to wait on my friend Susie to hop on. She should be here in just a minute, and hopefully we worked out our technical difficulties from last week whenever we kept having some echoey sounds. So we've been working on it this week, and hopefully it is fixed. So we're just going to wait for her to jump on, and when you do come on, let us know where you're from, where you're watching from. If you have any questions about Seint or any of the brushes, let us know so we can cover that tonight. Hey, from California. Let's see. Thanks for spending Sunday evening with us. I may have said Saturday just now. I'm not sure if I did. From Dallas. Georgia, right beside me. Indiana. There's Susie.
Hey guys.
Hey. Texas is here.
And Friendswood, Texas. I love Friendswood. I don't know anything about it, but I love the name.
Okay, Susie, you tell me on your end. I know we've been working on this. Do we sound okay to each other?
I think we're fine. I know that before the last couple times we've been echoing, so you sound good to me.
Okay.
And I don't hear myself echoing whenever I talk to you. We had actually got our new rug to go in a room to take up some space. So I think we're good. If we sound echoey, let us know and we'll adjust our volume. I think Pam said great.
Good,
Is that great?
Good.
All right.
Yay. Okay. All right. So I already told them we're going to be going over the brushes and the cleaners. And I have picked out my favorite 4 to share with you. And I think Susie has picked out hers. And then, oh good, no echo on my side. Yay, thank y'all so much. So we're going to touch on our favorites, and then we're going to touch on the other ones that Seint has. So, and if y'all have any questions about them, any of the brushes, just be sure to ask us. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my favorite brush.
Okay.
And it is the eyeshadow brush because I love doing eyeshadow. It's my favorite thing. So this is my favorite brush. And it has nothing to do with the makeup. It's just the eyeshadow. I've done some weddings here recently where I forgot my whole box of brushes, and I had to run to Walgreens and grab some e.l.f. brushes, which nothing wrong with that. But I could tell a huge difference with blending the eyeshadow. Huge. I almost struggled to get it to look like the normal way I do it. So this is my favorite brush. It's got a fluffy end, which is good for blending. And then you have your dense end, which is really good for like packing on the eyeshadow on the outer corner. And I use my eyeshadow as eyeliner. So this is my top brush.
I love that brush too. And all brushes are not created equal for sure, especially eyeshadow brushes. And I feel like I get more compliments and stuff on my eyes and how I do my eye makeup, and people saying I can't do it, and I don't feel like I could do it either until I started using the brush. Now the more you practice, the better you're going to be, but the brush I felt like makes all the difference because it is so easy to use. I love the fluffy end. I agree. It's a great brush. Yep,
it is. So I'm telling you, I know for a fact because it was really just a couple months ago I went and bought all those e.l.f. brushes. It's not the same. They're not created equal.
And for a good quality brush, it is going to cost you a little bit. It's not going to, it's not going to be cheap. And what I love about them too is that they are dual ended, so you're getting 2 brushes for the price of 1. And they're a high quality synthetic brush that I have not replaced a single brush that since I have been using the makeup for now 3.5, almost 4 years. I'm using, well, it was 4 years in July. I've never replaced a brush. That is how good a quality they are.
Yeah, well, I've had mine for 4 years, and all of my ones that I started with, the original ones, which I actually have it right here, the original gold brush. These are the ones I use when I do in-person makeovers now, and they are just as perfect as they were when I got them 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. Okay. So my favorite, my top favorite, I have several, but I'm just, if one has to take my favorite spot, it is going to be the detail brush. I love this brush because I feel like it is all in the details. So, and this is a perfect name for it. This is the original mascara brush too. This is rose gold. So what I love about this brush is the oval shape right here is perfect for a contour. So you can contour this. You can also use this sharp edge if you want to only do a small line. It is also perfect where you can put into your makeup and literally stamp. You can just stamp a nose contour on, or you can do a little drag, but it just does such a nice little precise, it needs to be cleaned, but it does such a nice little precise line. It's also great for anything like going in and contouring your forehead, your jawline. Now, the other end, I feel like this one is the one that's really gets in the details because you can apply your makeup all over by just dotting it where you want to, drawing lines where you want to. It's great for doing the nose contour as well. It's great for getting here under your eyes here. I mean, you can even line your lips if you wanted to, apply your lip color. I feel like this brush does everything, and you can also apply your makeup with it as well, and then it blends it out perfectly. So it's going to be a great medium to full coverage makeup brush.
Yep.
The detail brush.
And that was in my top 4 as well.
So good.
For the same reasons.
Yeah.
Same reasons. It's just perfect to hug that contour. And then, like she said, stamping your nose. And then when I use this one, apply my makeup with it as well.
Yeah.
It's perfect medium coverage, which is what I like. I don't like full coverage, so I love this brush.
You can do everything.
You can. We had a question on, love to know how often you personally clean with the soap. Okay, so I use the brush soap once a month, but I use the brush spray once a week or every couple days. And we're going to show you how this works. But for the soap, for like a deep cleanse, I do that once a month.
Yeah, that's me too. I do the same thing once a month or once every week or so. I try to do weekly with the cleaner because it's so quick. With my cleaner, it's really quick, but sometimes life gets in the way and you don't do it. So it depends on how my brushes are they're looking, or if they're not applying as well, I'll clean them.
Okay, so since we both have the detail brush, my next brush is the blush and bronzer brush. This brush is perfect for just those two things. I like to use the dense end to apply my bronzer everywhere and also apply the lip and cheek color, and then I just flip it over and use this end to kind of buff it out. So, and you can also, this brush is good for applying the makeup as well, the foundation. So you can use your dense end here to put it on, and this is going to be more of a medium coverage as well.
Yeah. This is mine. See, I have wore the paint off of this one. This was what I always felt like was perfect for beginners. And what I also think is a great one, a great asset for this is that it comes in a collection. If you wanted the bronzer, you can get it in the bronzer collection and save. Is it like $11 or something?
I think it is.
I think it used to be 10. I think when the price changed, I think it's 11 now that you save by getting bronzer and this together. And I feel like it is great for beginners because just like Ashley said, you can apply your makeup all over with it. And this right here is great for blending out, for bronzing. I really like to bronze my neck with this fluffy part and down on my chest because everything's different colors. And then you can also powder. This is a great powder brush too. So this one is a phenomenal brush. So good call.
Yep.
Okay, so one of my favorite brushes has literally crept up into one of my top 4. I didn't see it coming. It used to be my absolute least favorite, and I thought I didn't see what all the fuss was about, but it is the 3D brush. I love this brush. This is, is that one of yours? Okay, so this is where like when it was mascara, before it was Seint, it was called mascara. This is the brush that started it all. And I can totally see, because you can do your entire face with this brush. You've got this dense pointed end, which is going to give you a full coverage. And then you've got this little bunny cottontail end that's going to give you a good medium, but buildable. All of our stuff is buildable. But I love to actually put my contour on with this one. I love to contour, and then I can apply the rest of my makeup with this, or and I love to get this right here because it's so small. I can get right here in the areas that I need to go in and do whatever else I need to with this. And if I want a fuller coverage, I mean, not that a lot of people will swipe, but if you do want a fuller coverage, you can just literally swipe or bounce this around and then go around and blend. And I feel like bronzing with this one is so easy to bronze. And just there's something about the fluffiness and the denseness all in one that makes this one perfect for blending out. I love a brush 3D.
Well, that was my fourth one as well for my top four. But the funny thing is, I use it completely different than how you just said. So when I use it to apply my foundation, and my child's been playing in this brush, so sorry, it's very dirty. I put my contour on with this pointy end, like hug right at the contour. And then I use this end to apply my makeup when I use this brush.
Yeah. I never contour because I love this side. I mean, I'll squeeze it together, and and I can even contour the sides of my nose and stuff. I mean, it does it all.
Yep. That just goes to show there is no right or wrong way. You just have to get the makeup and play with it and find out what works for you.
That's exactly right. Okay, so how many is that for you? Is that three for me, and is that your fourth?
I just did my top four because a lot of ours were the same.
Okay. And then my fourth is going to be the shape brush. I love the shape brush. I use this for a light application because both ends are super fluffy. This is a light airbrushed application. As you can tell, it is super loved too. But it applies so well. I love to bronze with this. I love to put the blush on with this. And if you're putting on your foundation, it just gives you the most lightest perfect application. And you actually can build it if you do want it to be a more medium, but it's great for light application. This end I used to think was useless. I was like, I don't understand what anybody would use on this end, but I do love this for powder. I will go in with my setting powder and I powder up under my eyes and only my T-zone, because I don't always powder my entire face, but I'll powder my lids and stuff with it too. So I reach for this brush daily. I love it. Shape brush.
I just want to piggyback off the end that she's talking about. So I will like to use that to do my brightening shade. You know, just kind of right around my eyes just to brighten, because it is such a light coverage. You're not getting a ton of makeup right here under your eye where you're going to have settling and those fine lines and wrinkles. So that's another use for that end that I like.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go on.
All right.
Next, for the smudge brush. This is another eyeshadow brush. And if you follow any other Seint people, and I've done it as well, you may see people apply the makeup with this as well, which is just great. You can dip into the colors and just do some little lines. Use this to do your contour. So you can use this to apply the makeup, but it is also a very dense brush for eyeshadow. Like if you want a heavier, deeper eyeshadow look. So that is the smudge brush.
Yeah, I love it too. And I also love this flat. The one end's a little round and one more of a flat. I love it for nose contour as well. I always feel like it does a great nose contour.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. One that I'm going to talk about is the multitasker. I love the brush. So just like the smudge brush, you see people sometimes that'll go in and actually do, they'll dot all over their face. Literally, you can touch and just dot everywhere that you want, or you can do lines, or you can do both. This has got a flat paddle end that is going to be very, I mean, it puts the pigment on. I feel like this is going to be a great, if you had a full coverage tiny brush, this would be it. So you can do great nose contour with this. You can also line your lips. You could use this if you wanted to, even in your eyebrows some. You can also use this for using like a lot of times I use my finger with eyeshadow. This is a great eyeshadow application because it is a dense paddle brush. You can use like especially the shimmer on your lid. And for this, oh, and then also for applying your lip.
Mm-hmm.
And then this little end here is got, this is why it's called the multitasker, because I feel like there's so many things. Now, when you do apply all over your face, you would probably use either another brush to go in and blend it together, or even the sponge. I can blend in with the sponge. So I don't necessarily blend with this one, but for this little one here, I will do eyeliner. I also do brows. You can do faux freckles if you wanted to do that as well. And this is also a perfect lip liner if you wanted to do that. And then you could fill in, you know, your lips with the other end. So there's just tons of uses for this one, the multitask.
I think you covered it all on
It's
that
a bunch.
one. But yes,
It's a bunch.
this is a great brush as well. I have on Pink Slip tonight. Is that the name of the new shade?
Yes, it is beautiful.
It is so pretty, and I applied it with one of these. I got some of my dirty brushes over there. I tried to keep out some of the clean ones. So
pretty.
Okay, this is one of our newer brushes. This is the Etch brush, and I love this. This is perfect. It's got your flat, really flat end for like tight lining those eyes. And then you've got, this one is not as flat. I mean, it's still pretty flat, but it's a dense end that you can take and do liner as well. Oh yeah, the tiny ends are perfect for the demi colors. You're right. The demi shades.
Yeah.
That is perfect. So this is really good if you like a cream, like using the Black Friday eyeliner, or even some of the shadows. You can spray a little setting spray on the end of the brush, use your shadow, and kind of create you a liner. This is perfect for that.
And also, one of the things that I will do sometimes, not a lot, but especially if I use the Black Friday and I feel like I need a little bit more drama in my eyes, I will, like you said a while ago, tight line, except for I will use it on the inside lower of my upper lashes. On the inside, I will kind of draw right there on the edge to make it almost look like a fake lash line, and I will use and paint the underside of my lashes to give a little bit more depth.
That's perfect.
Okay,
what you got?
What I got? The buff brush. This is for your full coverage girls out there that love makeup. So this is both ends are kind of slanted. Now, this is full coverage, so they're going to be really dense. And what that means is it's like really packed in there so that when you touch this in the product, and again, if you're not careful, you will use too much product with any of these brushes. You only have to lightly tap into our cream makeup, and these are made to work with our cream makeup. However, you can use these brushes with anything, but they just work really well with our cream. But now, so for this side right here, because it is densely packed, the makeup will set right on the top. So that means more of it is going to be deposited on your face. So you got a smaller end right here that's got a little bit sharper of an edge. And then this end is a little bit, even though it's still slanted, it's a little domed. So me personally, I like to go in and apply my makeup with this. I will apply everything. I just bounce it around like my contour. This sharp edge, I can do my nose contour really well with that. You can even outline your lips with it. I do my eyes sometimes with it. If I'm just going to use a bronzer for eyeshadow or to prime my lids, I will use this. And then it's perfect size for just going in and just putting a little bit wherever you need it, right down the center of your face. For this end, I will usually, if I'm going to blend with this brush, it's not my favorite for blending, just to be honest. You can blend, and I have used this entire brush for my face before. You can blend it, but I do like to have mine not as full coverage. So I will go in with a different brush sometimes to blend and even pick up any excess. We probably might need to talk about our Perfector sponge too, but I will use that. But you can blend with this, and then a lot of people may, if they don't, if they want to use a little bit less, because this side is not as dense as the smaller one. So you could go in and apply with this one, and you can even blend as you go along or blend at the end. Again, there's, like Ashley said, there's no right or wrong way to eat a Reese's around here. So you just do what you want to. But I love the buff brush as well, and I use it a bit.
Well, that's probably my least used brush, just because I don't like that full coverage. If I have an event or something like that, I'll use the buff brush, but it's probably my least used brush.
Yeah. And that's
Yep.
yeah.
Okay. And then I will talk about the powder brush. With the powder brush, you've got this kind of slanted shaped, really dense end, and then you have this, I don't know, what do you call that, like a little dome, and it is very dense, the part of this brush.
Yeah.
So when I do the powder, I normally use like a loose powder. Sometimes I use the vanilla dust. If I use the vanilla dust, I use this end right here, this thicker end, kind of swipe through it and pat it on. And then if I'm using powder, I use this end and just lightly pat it. But this is their powder brush. You see the ends.
And if I powder, I'm the same way. I pat with a powder, but I will apply my makeup with this one as well. This is my least used brush. It does a combo though. You can get it with the powder, and there is a powder collection, so that's good. But I do use this because it does have a little bit of that sharp edge as well. You can contour those with that. You can also do some contouring. I have applied my entire face with this brush as well, but I do feel like this right here will give you a good medium coverage, and it is going to really press it into your skin too. If you didn't use this for powder, you can use it for the cream application.
Oh, that's good to know. I've never even tried it. I've only ever just used the powder with it, but
yep,
good to know. Okay, I think we only have one more brush, if I'm right.
What you got? I got two. I got the blend and the you have the blend? Let me do.
Oh, talk about the blend. I'm missing it. I'm missing it up here.
That's okay. So here is the blend brush. I feel like it is the little sister to the shape brush. So one of the things about this one, I used to use this all the time for my blush and my bronzer because I loved how this applied. This one is just slightly a little bit bigger, the shape brush is, but I do feel like if you have smaller features or if you want it to be super light, that this one right here would be your best friend. And I've also, okay, so this smaller end right here is more dense than this one. These are two fluffy sides, and this one is a little fluffy, and then this one is dense. So I used to, when I use this one all the time before the shape brush came out, I would apply all over and then go back and blend with this side. So this is the blend brush, and it's probably one of my least, between this one and the powder, they would tie for least used.
I only use that brush if I just want a quick, very light coverage, running out the door look for that brush. So, okay, well, lastly, we have the line brush, and it has your spoolie end, and then your, it's got a little angle. I don't know if it's picking up there, but see how it has a little angle right there? This is perfect for, brushing your brows up, filling them in. You also can use that end for eyeliner as well. So, and I have used this to line my lips before when I was just needing a quick. So, a lot of uses.
And I've even done a slight nose contour with it because it can give you the tiniest lines. A lot of people want very tiny lines to blend out. It will give you 90 lines. And that's really brushes, but I do want to give an honorable mention to this spoolie brush. I just told Ashley a while ago, I use this spoolie brush, and I can't remember what the price was. I know you just looked at it, but I use this every day because what I love about it is it's straight up just a spoolie. But this one compared to this one, I feel like this one is a lot more fluffy. And so I like to, when I put on my mascara, I like to always comb my lashes with this. And when I get the mascara on my eyelids, this is super gentle to just go in and pull it off. So I pull this thing out I didn't think I would like it as much as I do, but I find myself grabbing it every single day and using it. And it's just the little black spoolie that they have. And it's got that little, and I like it because you clean and you get all the fuzz and stuff off of it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's nice because sometimes the spoolie, like right now, it's got hair in it. You got to pull it off. So that's nice that one's covered. So, okay. So we've covered all the brushes, right?
Yep.
If you have any questions about any of them, shoot them out. And then we are going to demonstrate the cleaners now. Are you ready?
Yeah. Well, okay. You're going to show the cleaner of how the really quick cleaner that's going to clean, sanitize, and all that good stuff, I'm going to actually take you into my bathroom, and I'll mute it though because I'm going to be running water. But this is the soap. You can also buy a soap refill. So I'm going to show you this really quick, and then while you're talking, I'm going to go to my bathroom and start doing it. But let me just show how this is. And it smells really good and like a citrus. I love when I clean the brushes. So I just took this off. It's got this little scrubby pad on here that you'll use when you get your brush wet, you'll scrub on it. And then it's got this little bar of soap that you can, once you run out of that, mine don't really come out good because it's kind of stuck in there. Well, just get my brush, wet it, but it smells so good and clean. And then once I'm done with it, I'll rinse it and I'll leave it just setting out overnight so this will dry. And then once this is dry, then I just start putting it, I just put it back together, and then I set it till the next time that I clean my brushes. Really
that brush soap smells like a spa or something. It smells so good.
Citrus kick to it, and I love that. And I think I'm going to clean, because my 3D brush is the most used, I'm going to clean this end of it so that you can see what color this actually should be. So take a good before look.
A good before and after, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so while Susie is headed to the bathroom, we're going to do the brush cleaner. Now this is a spray that you just spray on your brushes, and it is like dry and sanitized and cleaned and ready to use immediately. So what I do is I just grab my paper towel and the spray, and I just spray directly onto my brush, and then you just take it and swirl it on your paper towel. And sometimes it may take a couple sprays to get it clean. Oh, Kim, I love the spray too. It's so good because you can just use it every day if you need to. We'll do one more spray. Okay, and then we're gonna, and Susie's down there showing you. She's muted, but she's showing you what she's doing. But you can see the product coming out on there. And this is also good for if you are cleaning your palettes and stuff, because sometimes the palettes can get dirty around, and when you pop them out, maybe melt down your tins. This is perfect to spray right on your palette, and it cleans it right up. But that is the brush now. See how it's back white instead of dirty? So we're going to clean this in too. See the difference? And then this is dry. It is ready to use. It's not wet at all. So we're going to do that end. And then Susie, if you need to pop on and say anything, just let me know. All right, let me show you. And now that end is cleaned and it's ready to use. So this is just perfect because you can use this every day. You can use it once a week, every couple days. And then what Susie is down there doing is a really good deep cleaning that, like I said, I do it about once a month or every 3 weeks, because you do have to wait for your brushes to dry overnight with what she's doing. But that's got a lot of blush in it, so let's get those clean. And this will work with any brushes that you use. It doesn't have to be a Seint brush. See all that blush coming out?
It's crazy. Okay, so I went in, and what I did is I will look at the difference.
It's crazy.
But you can look at the difference between this side and that side. What I do is I usually will go over it a couple of times, and then I'll rinse it, and then if there's any left on it, I'll just go back and do a couple more scrubs and get the soap on it. But mine, they don't even feel that damp, but I do feel like they need a good couple of hours to dry. And I use a microphone, and I feel like when I get through, I will just set them on it on the counter, and they'll just set out either overnight or for a few hours, and then they're good.
How long does this spray last? It lasts a good while. I would say a few months for sure.
Yeah.
And that's using it. I use it quite often. So a good couple months, maybe longer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But remember how much blush was in there. It's all coming out.
That looks brand spanking new.
That does. It looks like a brand new brush.
Crazy.
So we do recommend taking care of your brushes and cleaning them because, number one, your makeup's going to look better. Number two, if you don't clean them, they're harboring like bacteria and just nastiness, so you may get breakouts on your face. But then also, if you're investing in brushes, you need to take care of them. That way they'll last.
Yeah.
So
I also, like for my perfector sponge, I will clean it. You can clean it with the cleaner that Ashley is using as well. I have used it to clean, to spray it. I spray mine on a cloth and then just kind of wipe it. But when I do a deep clean of my sponges, I will use just a tiny amount of some Dawn dishwashing liquid, and I'll put it in a coffee mug, and then I'll get Dawn on my hands, and I'll scrub it, around like that. And then I'll put the sponge in my hands, and then I will put that into the coffee mug with water and the Dawn, put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes. And then when I take it out, it's very hot. So be careful, but it looks brand spanking new too.
Yeah, this is what she's talking about. And that's how I clean my sponge as well.
Yeah.
Just to get it really good and clean. So, all right, I'm trying to see if we've had any more questions. I don't think so.
I'm going to clean. I'm going to go get a couple more brushes now that I'm on this kick. There's a couple more that is this bad too. So
I know. It's just amazing though. I mean, this is just with the brush cleaner, like how the difference in the ends there.
And the smell of that cleaner. Now, if you're not careful and you ingest it, you're going to be like, oh, so good. It's like cotton candy and vanilla cupcakes all mixed into one. I love the scent of it. And then when you put it on for the first couple of times, you keep getting little whiffs of that. Yeah. So if you are sensitive,
it smells so good.
sensitive to smells, then that's not something that you're really gonna want to use. But for the most part, everybody loves that. This one, it doesn't have a smell, so you may want to.
But for the soap, it smells just like clean, like literally like when you go into a spa, how it just has that clean, refreshing smell. That's how the soap smells.
Yeah, it smells like that here, but on my brush, I can't really smell anything like. It doesn't smell citrusy or like this right here smells like a good, like you said, a spa, a kind of a citrus clean scent. And then this right here, there's no scent to it, so that's good.
Yeah. Okay, well, I think that wraps up our brushes. If y'all have any questions, we're going to post this. You can ask it there and we'll answer. But thanks for spending Sunday night with us. Bye.